Every day, millions of Americans see them rumbling down their streets. Boxy, white mail trucks with their distinctive right-hand drive configuration and sliding doors. These aren't just any delivery vehicles. These are Grumman Long Life Vehicles, or LLVs, and they've been the backbone of American mail delivery for over 3 decades. But here's what's remarkable. These trucks were designed in the 1980s, built through the early 1990s, and somehow managed to outlast every other vehicle fleet in America. While your car might be considered old at 10 years, these mail trucks have been faithfully serving routes for 30-plus years. Today, we're diving deep into why the Grumman LLV became such an unstoppable force in postal delivery, and why replacing them has proven to be one of the most challenging vehicle transitions in U.S. government history. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Postal Icon. To understand the LLV's dominance, we need to go back to 1985. The United States Postal Service was facing a crisis. Their existing fleet of DJ-5 postal vehicles, based on the Jeep platform, was aging rapidly and proving inadequate for the growing demands of mail delivery. The USPS issued one of the most comprehensive vehicle specifications ever written for a government contract. They weren't just looking for a truck, they were looking for a purpose-built mail delivery machine that could handle the unique demands of postal work. The specifications were incredibly detailed. The vehicle needed to be right-hand drive for curbside delivery. It required a low step-in height for easy entry and exit. Remember, mail carriers might get in and out of their trucks hundreds of times per day. The cargo area needed to accommodate mail trays and packages of various sizes. And critically, it needed to last at least 24 years with minimal maintenance. 3 companies submitted proposals: General Motors with a modified S10 pickup, Ford with a modified Econoline van, and Grumman Corporation with a completely custom design built specifically for mail delivery. Grumman's approach was radically different. While GM and Ford were essentially modifying existing civilian vehicles, Grumman designed the LLV from the ground up as a postal delivery vehicle. This wasn't a truck that happened to deliver mail, this was a mail delivery system that happened to be a truck. The contract was worth $1.1 billion, one of the largest vehicle procurement contracts in U.S. government history at the time. In December 1986, Grumman won the contract and the LLV was born. What made the LLV special wasn't flashy technology or cutting-edge features. It was relentless focus on durability and functionality. Let's break down the key engineering decisions that made these vehicles nearly indestructible.
The chassis and drivetrain. At the heart of every LLV is a modified Chevrolet S10 chassis, but Grumman didn't just bolt a mail body onto a pickup truck. They extensively modified the frame to handle the unique stresses of postal delivery. The rear suspension was completely redesigned to handle constant loading and unloading of mail, with heavy-duty leaf springs that could support up to 1,000 pounds of cargo while maintaining a comfortable ride. The drivetrain was equally robust. Most LLVs came with either a 2.5-liter Iron Duke 4-cylinder engine or a 2.8-liter V6, both paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. These weren't performance engines, they were endurance engines, designed to run at low speeds for hours on end without overheating or wearing out. The body design. The LLV's boxy design isn't just utilitarian, it's brilliant engineering. The aluminum body is incredibly lightweight yet strong, with a design that maximizes interior cargo space while minimizing manufacturing complexity. Every panel is easily replaceable, and the modular design means that individual components can be serviced or replaced without affecting the rest of the vehicle. The right-hand drive configuration was revolutionary for American postal delivery. This allowed carriers to deliver mail directly to curbside mailboxes without leaving their seats, dramatically improving efficiency and safety. Built-in longevity features. Grumman included several features specifically designed for long-term durability. The electrical system was over-engineered with heavy-duty components and extensive corrosion protection. The braking system was designed to handle constant stop-and-go driving. Even the interior was built to last, with durable vinyl surfaces and minimal electronic components that could fail. The most impressive aspect was the modular construction. Unlike typical vehicles where components are integrated, the LLV was designed so that major systems could be independently serviced or replaced. This meant that when the engine wore out after 200,000 miles, you could replace just the engine and keep using the same body, chassis, and drivetrain for another 200,000 miles. Chapter 3. Real-world performance and adaptation. Between 1987 and 1994, Grumman produced approximately 142,000 LLVs for the USPS. These vehicles were immediately deployed across every type of postal route imaginable, from dense urban environments to sprawling suburban developments to remote rural areas. Urban performance. In cities, the LLV excelled at its primary mission: efficient curbside delivery. The low step-in height meant carriers could quickly hop in and out. The sliding doors provided easy access without taking up space in narrow city streets. The compact size allowed the vehicles to navigate tight residential areas where larger trucks couldn't go. The right-hand drive configuration proved revolutionary in urban settings. Carriers could service entire blocks without ever leaving the driver's seat, dramatically reducing delivery times and improving safety by keeping carriers off busy streets. Rural adaptability. What nobody fully anticipated was how well the LLV would adapt to rural delivery. The robust suspension handled dirt roads and rough terrain surprisingly well. The generous cargo capacity could accommodate the larger packages common in rural deliveries, and the simple, mechanical systems meant that rural maintenance facilities could service them without specialized equipment. Weather resilience. Perhaps most impressively, LLVs proved capable of operating in virtually any weather condition. The rear-wheel drive configuration provided good traction in snow. The simple heating system was reliable in extreme cold, and the aluminum body resisted rust and corrosion even in harsh coastal environments. However, the LLV did have one significant weakness: extreme heat. The vehicles were designed before air conditioning was considered essential, and the aluminum body and large windshield created greenhouse effects in hot climates. This became a significant issue as global temperatures rose and more routes were established in hot southern states. Maintenance success story. The real proof of the LLV's design came in maintenance records. While the original specification called for 24-year service life, many LLVs have now been in service for over 30 years with proper maintenance. The USPS developed an extensive rebuilding program where high-mileage LLVs would be completely refurbished with new engines, transmissions, and body components. This rebuilding program became so successful that some LLVs have effectively been renewed multiple times, with some vehicles accumulating over 500,000 miles through multiple rebuild cycles. By the mid-1990s, the LLV had achieved something remarkable. It had become virtually synonymous with mail delivery in America. Children grew up recognizing the distinctive white trucks as symbols of the Postal Service. The design was so successful that it remained essentially unchanged for decades. Operational efficiency. The numbers tell the story of the LLV's success. Average delivery times per route decreased significantly after LLV deployment. Carrier injuries from vehicle-related incidents dropped dramatically due to the improved ergonomics and safety features, and maintenance costs per mile were among the lowest of any government fleet vehicle. The USPS calculated that the LLV's efficiency improvements paid for the entire acquisition cost within the first 10 years of service, and then continued delivering value for another 20-plus years. Cultural impact. The LLV became more than just a delivery vehicle. It became an American icon. The distinctive silhouette appeared in movies, TV shows, and advertisements. Toy versions became popular children's gifts. And for many Americans, the sight of an LLV became as much a part of their daily routine as the mail itself. Manufacturing legacy. Grumman's success with the LLV established new standards for government vehicle procurement. The emphasis on total life cycle cost, rather than just initial purchase price, influenced how other agencies approached vehicle acquisitions. The modular design philosophy was adopted by other specialty vehicle manufacturers. International interest. The LLV's success attracted attention from postal services around the world. While few countries adopted the exact design, many incorporated LLV innovations into their own postal vehicles. The right-hand drive postal vehicle concept spread to several other countries with similar mail delivery systems. By 2010, it was clear that even the mighty LLV couldn't last forever. The USPS began seriously planning for replacement vehicles, but this proved far more complicated than anyone anticipated. Why replacement was so difficult? First, the LLV had set an almost impossibly high bar. Any replacement would need to match 30-plus years of proven reliability while incorporating modern safety features, emission standards, and efficiency improvements. Second, the Postal Service had changed dramatically since the 1980s. Package delivery had exploded with the rise of e-commerce, routes had evolved, and new requirements like air conditioning, advanced safety systems, and environmental standards needed to be incorporated. Third, the cost of replacement was staggering. With over 140,000 vehicles to replace and modern postal vehicles costing significantly more than 1980s prices, the replacement program would require multi-billion-dollar investment. Technical challenges. Modern vehicles are far more complex than 1980s designs.
While this brings improvements in efficiency, safety, and comfort, it also introduces potential failure points that didn't exist in the simple mechanical LLV design. Environmental regulations required new vehicles to meet strict emission standards, which complicated the powertrain selection. Safety regulations mandated features like airbags, ABS braking, and electronic stability control. And modern ergonomic standards required improvements to driver comfort and workspace design. In 2015, the USPS formally launched the Next Generation Delivery Vehicle (NGDV) program, seeking a replacement for the aging LLV fleet. The requirements were even more complex than the original 1980s specification, incorporating lessons learned from 30 years of LLV operation. The winning design, awarded to Oshkosh Corporation in 2021, represents a complete reimagining of postal delivery vehicles with electric powertrains, advanced safety systems, and modern ergonomics. But production didn't fully ramp up until the mid-2020s, meaning many LLVs will continue serving for 35-plus years. The Grumman LLV's 30-plus year dominance of American streets represents one of the most successful vehicle programs in government history. Its success came not from cutting-edge technology or flashy features, but from ruthless focus on durability, functionality, and total lifecycle value. The LLV proved that sometimes the best solution is the simplest one, a purpose-built tool designed to do one job exceptionally well for a very long time. While modern vehicles offer improvements in efficiency, safety, and comfort, they'll be hard-pressed to match the LLV's legendary reliability and longevity. As these iconic white trucks gradually give way to their high-tech successors, they leave behind a legacy that extends far beyond mail delivery. They demonstrated the value of building things to last, the importance of understanding your mission before designing your solution, and the power of getting the basics absolutely right. The next time you see an LLV rumbling down your street, and you probably will for several more years, remember that you're looking at one of the most successful vehicle designs in American history, still faithfully serving its mission after more than 3 decades on the road.